we have a challenge. But besides that, this should enable us to start testing next week. So we would be on schedule to hopefully start mailing ballots on the 1st of October. That's about all I have. If you guys have any questions, I'm more than willing to answer.
Do members have questions? Member Kirk?
Hi. Hey, excuse me, Dave, have you seen an uptick since these numbers were made? Were these from that last meeting, or are they more recent than that?
They're more recent.
Oh, okay.
These are as of last week.
Got it. Thank you.
Member Hallam?
Thank you. Do you have any sense of when a ruling will come down on that Commonwealth Court case?
Good morning. So the case was submitted on briefs on the 10th.
Okay.
There is no rocket docket for the election cycle.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court did not order one yet, but I'm sure that the Commonwealth Court of High Confidence would rule on that quickly. The only hiccup would be if either of the parties having an adverse ruling would seek allowance to the Supreme Court. But again, the Supreme Court also is very mindful of the fact that ballots need to be finalized, logic and accuracy needs to be completed. They're familiar with the cycle, and we're hopeful that they'll rule very quickly.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great, thank you, members, for your questions. And moving on to new business. And before we dive into that resolution, I just want to take a point of personal privilege to comment on the public comments. I think if anyone's been to a naturalization ceremony, they do experience that joy and that hope as new citizens take the oath to become Americans. In addition, it's also incredibly patriotic, and it really reminds you why you're proud to be an American citizen. And, you know, one of the greatest rights that we have in America is the right to vote and to exercise our voice in the electoral process. And so, you know that our administration is deeply committed to figuring out a solution to ensure that we can continue to, you know, welcome our new neighbors, our new citizens with open arms, and ensure that they can, you know, exercise the privileges of being an American. So moving on, want to go over Resolution 4 that is in front of us today.
Do you want
Excuse me. Yeah, so first off, I'd like to apologize. The last BOE meeting, any confusion in the presentation of what that resolution interpreted, but you know, our intention is to submit to you folks a resolution for each and every election with our, you know, providing our layout on our plan, giving you all an opportunity to, you know, pass that. But we wanted to establish some type of expectations for our support and our process, you know, aligning that with the election that's at hand. So if it's a federal election, we could probably anticipate for budget purposes and staffing purposes that we're going to be out for additional longer hours, maybe frequency of days. But for something, you know, municipal election, our experience has been, you know, not seeing people come through the doors until, you know, 10 a.m., leaving, you know, later. We've had to send staff home. So we want to just kind of align our staffing requirements with the election and the frequency and the events. So that's what this one does. I can go over it with you in detail. I don't know if you all had a chance to read it and go through it, but we'd like to keep our locations the same, just reduce some hours on them.
Great questions from members. Member Kirk?
A couple quick questions. One, I first want to thank my colleagues on the board for, and Mr. Voy for adjusting the schedule a bit. I know you guys are all very busy, and I appreciate you accommodating so I could participate. The other concerns, just wanted to verify, in the primary, there were concerns about the signage as far as where the handicap, so apparently people were complaining who had disabilities, and they didn't know, they didn't somehow see something that there was handicap parking available. And if we were able to look at that and adjust it for this election to make sure there was something.
You're referring to the South Park ice rink?
Yes.
Yeah, and the bridge there, it is a little confusing. We just last week ordered 4 big sandwich board signs with an arrow.
That
so there's
should
no
do it.
confusion going over that
should do
bridge.
it.
Yeah, I get people think, oh, I'm not allowed to cross that bridge with a vehicle, and it's confusing. So
Yeah, and North
sign
Park's
it.
similar. too.
Yeah, we're going to get that.
No, great.
Taken care
I really appreciate that because I did hear a couple comments, so that should resolve that. And the only thing I want to say is I applaud this resolution in the balance of keeping voter availability throughout the county and at the same time reducing time when you can to appreciate the taxpayer dollars being spent. So I just wanted to thank you because I know it's always more work when you work to do it efficiently. So thank you.
Thank you, Member Kirk and Member Hallam.
Yeah, obviously very excited to support this resolution. I would just ask that before we vote, if you could just read into the record the days and locations just for people who are watching who don't have a copy of this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
So for the satellite offices to occur the weekend of Saturday and Sunday, October 25th and 26th, from the hours of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we will be at the Community College of Allegheny County, 701 North Homewood Avenue. We'll be at North Park Ice Rink, 1200 Pierce Mill Road in Wexford, the South Park Ice Rink at 30 Corrigan Drive in Bethel Park, and also the county office building here at 542 Forbes Avenue in Pittsburgh. And then for the ballot return sites, those will be starting on Friday, October 31st, and that will run consecutively through Monday. Let me see, Friday and Monday's hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And the weekend, Saturday the 1st and Sunday the 2nd, those hours are 9 to 5 p.m. And we'll be at 9 locations: 911 Center in Hookstown Grade Road, Moon Township; Boyce Park Four Seasons Lodge at 901 Centerview Drive in Plum; the Carnegie Library at 5801 Forbes Avenue in Pittsburgh, that's Squirrel Hill; the North Park Ice Rink, 1200 Pierce Mill Road; the South Park Ice Rink, 30 Corrigan Drive in Bethel Park; the Dormont Pool, 1801 Dormont Avenue in Pittsburgh; CCAC Homewood, 701 North Homewood Avenue; the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank at 1 North Linden Street in Duquesne; and the Avalon Public Library, 317 South Home Avenue, Pittsburgh 15202. And also at the county office building as well for those hours. And all these places have been confirmed. You're welcome.
Do I have, Member
One more
Kirk?
thing, you might want to also mention that as soon as the ballots are available, people can come in to the office.
that is correct.
Because that would help a lot of people who unexpectedly are out of town.
She's correct. Once we have ballots in hand, we will open the lobby of the county office building. It'll be open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, where somebody can come in, complete an application, we'll process it and hand them a ballot. They could vote it and return it, or they could take it with them and vote it and mail it in. But as soon as we start mailing out ballots, that service will be available as well. And I neglected to say this, but I should point out that some of us here do have a meeting set up this morning with the USCIS. We have an introduction and probably a logistics meeting that we're going to set something up. But this is something we feel needs to be done as well.
Thank you. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 4?
So moved.
Second?
Second, motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Wonderful. The resolution passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, do I have any final comments? Okay, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Perfect. Oh, all right. We are adjourned. Thank you all.